All right, so anybody just joining us now, Black Sheep Wall is up a game right now.
Question, Charlie. Are you recording this?
I am recording this. I have been recording the whole time. We're
This
we're
is a good day.
we're almost 2 hours into the recording. So, first ban we do see Sniper getting banned out. I actually really appreciate that, and that's because games can go ridiculously long with a sniper. If your whole team can be getting stomped, but if your sniper's getting farm, it doesn't matter because you're basically an ancient in your base at the end of the game.
Well, I mean, you can attack. You can basically attack from the ancient, if that's what you mean.
Well, I mean, you're doing essentially the same amount of damage, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You mean the? Oh, do you mean the fountain?
Fountain. Yes, that's what I meant.
Huh.
Thanks.
Interesting,
Thanks for that
Charlie.
correction, Steve.
Interesting.
Thank you very much for making me feel really bad about myself. All right.
That's what I'm here for.
So we do see well, not the exact same bans. Tidehunter was banned out as opposed to Juggernaut. And we do see the Troll Warlord picked up first here. So
I'd like to see Juggernaut pick because that is a decent one to attack the troll, because that ult really does hurt the Troll Warlord through that evasion, because the damage from the ult cannot be evaded. Even Windrunner does not evade the damage from the ult. She evades the damage from the attacks during the ult, but not the ult.
Yep.
The only thing is Juggernaut cannot do his spin trick nearly as well. You know, the spin and teleport. And there we go. We do see the Juggernaut pick up by Stormforce 5.
Yeah, and they pick up the Dazzle as well. I mean, Dazzle just all around being a very strong support. Definitely a support that can protect your carries, can protect your mid. In that vein, kind of, Earthshaker-esque, where, if he TPs into mid, he can turn around that fight pretty easily. Alex is still angry because he can't hear me. I don't know how to change that.
He could watch on Twitch, so he can actually participate in the raffle.
Oh,
that's how you can change it.
I just hit something I probably shouldn't have.
Okay.
I can't actually select a microphone. So.
Interesting. Okay, so the Ancient Apparition pickup. That does stop the Juggernaut healing ward. But the thing is, you're picking Ancient Apparition into a Dazzle, and Dazzle's Shallow Grave does work on Ancient Apparition's Shatter.
Yep, and I apologize for Twitch chat real quick. I'm kind of doing something.
Or is Twitch chat doing something terribly, or are you apologizing to Twitch chat?
I'm apologizing to Twitch chat. They're doing
there we go.
Everything awesome. Twitch chat has been amazing. I'm actually
American education.
I've had the game volume turned off this entire time.
Really?
Yes. So I apologize for that. Hopefully this will go ahead and fix that.
You had in-game volume turned off entirely this entire time. No one said anything. I blame you guys, Twitch chat. Y'all are the ones that are supposed to let us know when we're messing up here.
All right. So I didn't fix it. If that I might just reload once game gets started. So I apologize.
So first game had no game chat or game whatever.
I don't know what you're talking about, Steve. It had no game volume. Yes.
That's what. Okay.
So I still haven't fixed that, so I apologize.
Okay, well, we will work on fixing that. Well, you will work on fixing that now. I will talk about the draft.
All right.
So we do see a Sand King and Earthshaker. There is a Storm Spirit pickup. Sorry, Sand King and Earthshaker ban. There is a Storm Spirit pickup, which is pretty good, because right now the Dire has 0 solid lockdown. They do have the Bash from the Troll Warlord and the Cold Feet from the Ancient Apparition, but they don't have reliable lockdown, because both of those are easily avoidable by this Storm Spirit. And right now, Black Sheep Wall seems to be trying to decide what they want to pick up to counter this Storm Spirit. They do ban out the Bat Rider and the Razor. They pick up their Lion again. Alex is telling me that the internet is really slow, and that's why you can't watch it on Twitch. I know, Alex, you told me that like 10 minutes ago. There is the Vengeful Spirit by the Radiant. I really like the Vengeful Spirit pickup. I always like the Vengeful Spirit pickup. She's such a good hero. I mean, she's got a solid stun. She's got that great aura. She's got a swap. There's the Shadow Fiend pickup by the Black Sheep Wall. So that'll probably be their mid. Um, their draft is pretty obvious right now what they're planning to do. They're probably going to do either a safe or aggressive tri-lane. They can really do either with supports like Lion and Ancient Apparition. They do have the solid lockdown with the Lion that allows for the Cold Feet follow-up. So they could pick up a solo safe laner, or they could pick up a off laner right here. And we're about to see what the Radiant thinks the Dire wants to do. Whether it's a straight up off laner or if it's solo safe laner.
Alright, there we go. I finally got the in-game audio going. You still can't hear me if you're on the in-game client. And I don't know how to fix that. I'll be
it's
honest
probably
with
because you don't have push to talk, Charlie.
No, I have the open mic threshold done. It's just still not working. So I don't know what else there is to do.
I wonder why.
Oh
well, doesn't matter.
I don't know if it's the right device or not.
Oh wait, that is going to be important to do later, isn't it?
Well, yes. At some point, I'm going to have to figure it out. Right now, it's just Alex that is disappointed. So I apologize.
Sorry, Alex. We love you, Alex.
All right. So as far as these lanes go right now, it does look like we're going to see a Shadow Fiend Storm Spirit matchup. It's that. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that really comes down to skill. I mean, either one of those heroes, especially at level 6, can find pickoffs.
No, at level 6, it's the Storm Spirit. The Storm Spirit just gains a huge lead at level 6. Leading up to level 6, I think the Shadow Fiend does have a significant edge, because the range on the Shadow Fiend is significantly higher than the range on the Storm Spirit, and he does have those raises as well. But yeah, I think after 6, the Storm Spirit becomes almost impossible to kill, and if Shadow Fiend gets in a dangerous situation, he's a pretty easy pickoff.
Yep, and I'm apologizing to Twitch chat now. All right.
Oh, a Doom ban, which is kind of interesting because I would have Meepo.
The
what
Meepo
the
pick.
hell?
Oh, I love it. Even against a Lion. Hey,
All
screw
right.
it.
I don't even care. Oh wow, Faceless Boy. But I don't even care. I'm rooting for Stormforce 5 on this one because Meepo. Oh my god, this is gonna be great, or it's gonna be terrible. I can't wait to see.
We do get to see the new Faceless Void model, so I paid for that when I paid for my TI4 compendium. So
me too. I don't think I bought any points. Didn't you buy points?
No, I did not buy a single point.
Oh.
I normally don't buy hats, but for this I did because I bought a bunch of hats for the winners of this game, as well as for one lucky Twitch chat user.
You need to not forget to do that.
I will not forget to do that. I know Steve would.
I mean, okay, hold up. How do we like find out who all's watching? Like, is there a list? Do you see a list? Because I'm not.
I do see
There's
a list.
Okay, because I'm not logged into that at all.
I see a list. So anybody logged into Twitch chat does have there's a viewer list here. There's actually only 3 people logged in, so there's 3 people with a chance to win the hats. I mean, it's looking pretty good for you guys.
Assuming all 3 have Dota accounts, because I do have a couple of friends watching that don't have Dota accounts.
Okay, so maybe it's even less than that. Who knows?
Don't know what your chance. Well, I'll actually, come to think of it, I bet those non-Dota players don't have Twitch accounts either. So
worst case scenario, you're looking at a 33% chance of winning a set today, which is way better than having played a game. So
wait, if I log in, can I get a 25% chance to win?
No, you get nothing.
I want free hats, Charlie.
I
want you to buy
nothing.
me stuff. You know how much money I paid for this little operation today?
Not as much as me.
No, I bet it was way more than you.
Oh yeah, you paid for the person.
I paid the artist today.
Oh, I need to. You know what? It's a great thing that we paused here because you know what I forgot to do. Hey Steve, send me that thing I'm supposed to do.
It's still in your chat,
Guys,
Charlie.
No, I closed the chat out, dude.
Okay, I don't know why you closed the chat out.
I closed the chat out because I was doing stuff and I didn't know if everybody should be seeing my chat. So.
Okay, whatever.
All right, so let me get the cameraman going here. There we go. Now I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
I love my
Well,
job.
you still have to toggle the like last hits, denies, and
I
the
know.
net
I
worth
do
and
that
all
all
that
the
stuff.
time.
You have to click on people, so I can see them too.
It does look like our Twitch chat is just as excited as we are about this Meepo pick, which I'm glad because I'm pretty stoked about a Meepo pick. This is going to
Yeah.
be very exciting for me.
Looks like
Um,
Lou Jelly really wanted to see the Nakes pick up, but I think he's okay with. I think he'll be okay with this one.
mm-hmm. All
Oh
right.
wow, Lou Jelly predicted Jug, and he predicted Sniper Band. Okay, come on, Sniper Band was pretty easy to pick up. Troll pickup, yeah, that was pretty easy to pick up too.
APG
I'm not
Nation.
impressed by your precognitive cognitive powers, Lou Jelly. You're just parroting the meta.
Well, you know what? I am impressed, and Steve is unimpressive to me. What is this? Why are we twitching around right here?
Oh, I
Are you,
mean,
are,
well, I guess we can spend this pause time to go ahead and introduce the two teams.
all right, let's go ahead and get it done. On what will most likely be the safe lane Meepo, we have Asylum.
Could be a sport meepo.
Could be a support Meepo. It's happened. On the
Yeah, but
support
it would be
Vengeful
cool.
Spirit, we see Papillon. Again, could theoretically be a carry Vengeful Spirit. Steve likes
Harry
to run it.
Vengeful is the best way to play Vengeful.
It
It is
never
so
ends
good.
well. It never
It
ends well.
always ends terribly, but it's really fun because you hit so hard, but it's hard to not swap yourself into 5 opponents and die.
All right, and on the Dazzle, there is the sad face. I don't know who that was last game, but he's sad now. On the Juggernaut, we do see Mister, and that'll most likely be an offlane Juggernaut. And on the Midstorm Spirit, we do see Garda.
All right, and on the Dire team, we do have Mercury on the Shadow Fiend, Azure on the Troll Warlord, Sirius on the Lion, and JDZ Fanboy on the Ancient Apparition, and bringing up the rear, Aristia on the offlane Void. Not too terribly surprised by this, but it is interesting that we're seeing this offlane Void come out, because I haven't seen many offlane Voids ever since the nerfs. I mean, what were really his nerfs though? I mean, the mana cost increase on the Chronosphere. I don't know if the lack of stopping evasion and stopping anything Jug's doing happened that stopped him from being a top tier pick. And I think you stopped like 10 times in that last sentence. So
Yes, you did.
Word.
That's
Very versatile word that means so many things.
poorly done. So it
Thank
does look like both teams are going to be going for different runes here, so we won't see any early engagements here. As
Are you
far
sure,
as
Charlie?
what's up?
Are you sure, Charlie? I mean, this Faceless Void, he's coming in. He's coming in hot.
Yeah,
he's coming
not
in
gonna
hot,
do it.
Charlie.
No, he's going to be late, and he's not going to do it. So it will
He could
be
jump in. He could time walk in. Okay.
not going to happen.
Didn't work.
All right. We don't see any ward. Well, okay. So we see one ward out for the Radiant side on the top lane. Just gonna kind of protect that Juggernaut, make sure that he spots any ganks headed his way. For the Dire side, we do see the one rune ward going out, but no lane wards right now.
Faceless Void does have a ward, so he's probably going to put this out in a few seconds. The other ward is on the Vengeful Spirit. It's going to be this typical check for ganks and check the rune ward. The D ward does come out from the Dire. They spot that out pretty easily, so I'm a little bit impressed by that one. This ward by the Radiant, I don't really care for it in this particular case because sure, it protects the Meepo from ganks, but I don't really see the Shadow Fiend ganking much, as opposed to the Storm Spirit has a lot more ability to gank, I feel.
Yeah, I mean it's a rune ward, so it obviously it gives them visibility to that rune, which is nice, and it just helps him kind of spot out the Faceless Void if he's kind of hanging out in the jungle over there. So I mean it's just a little bit of vision, but you're right, it's definitely not the strongest ward in the game.
Come to think of it, that is a good point that you made though about the Faceless Void hanging out. Like, let's say they zone out the Faceless Void. This really allows them to 100% zone him out rather than just mostly zone him out. So checking out the last hits and denies, the mid lane is a very even matchup. 7-1 to 7-2. Huge lead going to the Shadow Fiend, of course. And then when we look at offlaners, the Faceless Void 4-2, as opposed to the 3-0 Jug. The Meepo is falling a little bit behind his mirror image, the Troll Warlord.
Oh, yeah, what we do see the Radiant side doing right now, though, is a lot of stacking. And actually, Faceless Void looks like... Is he taking a stack there, or... No, he was just looking at some creeps. But they are stacking a whole lot. So they are going to make sure they get out a lot out of the jungle here. We do see a rotation coming from the Dire side onto mid. The Smoke Gank was used, and this Storm Spirit almost
This is a dead
backs
Storm
out.
Spirit.
But yeah,
this is such a dead Storm Spirit.
Yep.
That's a Pop Smoke, and that's a... Should be an Impale. Oh, they tried to give it to the Shadow Fiend, but the dot from the Ancient Apparition finishes him off.
Yep. And we do see a stun come out on the Faceless Void, but I really don't think they can get anything off the top of this. And actually, Vengeful Spirit takes a little more damage than the Faceless Void does. So it's a good rotation coming out from the Dire side. Not really a whole lot they could do. It was a good Smoke Gank.
Okay, so quick question. Do you think these stacks are for the Storm Spirit to catch up with his stack Remnant, or the Meepo to take out with his Poof?
Either one of them, honestly. I mean, they could. They're stacking like every camp right now. So, what I'm saying is, I think that they'll probably rotate. I think Meepo will take some of those stacks. I think Storm Spirit will take some of those stacks. But all in all, it's just they're just doing what they can to make sure that their cores have some sort of comeback mechanic here.
You think the players will share? I mean, have you played Dota?
Look, this isn't a pub.
Good point. Good point.
We do see the pool coming out from the Vengeful Spirit. So Vengeful Spirit to pick up level 2, big deal. I mean, all in all, as far as net worth goes, some very poor supports across the board. But really, on the Radiant side, they're sacrificing a lot to make sure they get these stacks up. And I mean, this Void kind of knows what's going on a little bit.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, like, sure, they're sacrificing a lot of their levels to get these stacks up, but they're gaining so much from it. I mean, the Lion has 4 last hits. That's what the supports on the Dire side are doing with their time. Although it looks like they might go for another gank. Do they have a smoke? I can't click on these people to see.
I just checked them. They
do not. They do not. Okay, good job, Charlie. But they might be able to do something anyway, because there is no ward for the Radiant in the mid lane.
So this Storm Spirit has to spot this out at this point, although he is really hugging that right side, so he's playing this correctly. He does know...
I would like to see the experience on the Storm Spirit.
Oh, he would like to see the experience on the Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
He's not very close to level 6.
No, he's not.
So all in all, if we look at some early efficiency here, it is equaling out to about 1,000 experience and almost 2,000 gold. So that's not insignificant this early in the game.
No, it's not. I mean, sure they have the first blood, but that's not just first blood. Yeah. That is just farming efficiency. But
Storm Spirit steps out a little bit far here, but he actually is going to make it out. So I mean, well done by Storm Spirit.
That's a lot of wasted time by the Dire supports. And the thing is, like, sure. There is all that lead by the Dire, but the Radiant have this value that they just haven't reaped yet. So I feel when they take out these two, was this a triple stack? That looks like a triple to me.
Yep.
And
looks like another triple.
Is that a quad? That's a quad stack right there. So a triple and a quad stack. When they take these, that will really narrow that gap. I don't think it'll completely eliminate it, but it'll bring it down quite a bit.
Yeah. And if we take a look at last hits, I mean, you can tell that the Dire side really has separated itself a little bit here. I mean, even that off-lane Void beating the mid Storm Spirit, I mean, that's going to be difficult to come back from. Mm-hmm. I mean, they do have those stacks there, so they have that going for them. And there is a smoke gang coming in on mid here. It does look like they're actually going to find this kill. I'm not sure that this... Shadow Fiend can make it out of this one. He does end up going down, but they might get the return kill on the Storm Spirit. He's actually going to be okay for now, and the Lion has to turn his way back, so it will be a 1-0. A much-needed gank coming out. That was huge.
And there's a Regen Rune on the Storm Spirit right when he hits 6. Regen Rune, of course, the best rune in the game for a Storm Spirit. And Dire do spot this out, though.
Yep, it was spotted out right away. Oh, and it's going to be a dead Vengeful Spirit. I don't really think he has a chance here. Yeah. There is no Shallow Grave up on the Dazzle. That is the downside of having such low levels. If we take a look at hero levels right now, I mean, that Dazzle's level 2, and it does. Juggernaut's actually going to go down on top. Nicely done by the Troll Warlord to find that kill. A little bit of a pick off, but yeah, I mean, you've got your Dazzle sitting at level 2. I mean, he's really not that far behind the rest of the sports in the game, but obviously it showed a little bit there when he didn't have the Shallow Grave.
Yeah. And even if he did have one level of Shallow Grave, the range wouldn't be long enough for that, because the range grows a ton as you level that particular ability.
Yep. So things will look to settle back down a little bit. We do see a 3-1 here, and the lead is starting to build again. It did drop to about 1,000, but now we're headed below 3,000. But that being said, Meepo is starting to find these stacks now. So we should see that narrow a little bit, but Steve just missed a kill mid. So Storm Spirit goes down, and that's going to be a very big kill for the Dire.
I was looking at stacks, Charlie.
Yep, you were looking at stacks. Meepo did take one of those stacks there. He's going to send one of his Meepo backs to heal up. The other one is going to sit out, and he is headed straight in for that Aghanim Scepter. He's sitting on brown boots and a stout
He's going
shield.
to get it pretty quick. We might see a 12 or 13-minute Aghanim Scepter at this rate.
Yep, he's about 1,700 gold away.
We do see a port coming in on the top by the Storm Spirit, and they do go in on this Troll Warlord. The Ancient Apparition does start porting in.
The mist coming out. This Troll Warlord is getting so low. Very nearly going to be taken. This Storm Spirit just committing right now, and he's not going to find the kill yet. Cold Feet come out. He's going to have to get out. They did commit the Juggernaut Omni Slash to this as well, and he's going to end up living. I mean, that's just Troll Warlord. I mean, that spin, that mischance. A little bit lucky there, but to be honest with you, not entirely unexpected.
Yeah. All right, just a second. I got to turn on my light.
Steve going to turn on his light, which means we're going to stare at mid here for a second. Let's take a little bit of a look at items while he's stepped out here. As we mentioned, Juggernaut sitting on that poor man's shield, and 790 gold as well as naked boots. Look for him to probably upgrade his boots next, although he is sitting on that gold, so I don't know. He might want to go straight into a Yasha or something like that.
Interesting that we see a Helm of Iron Will on the Troll Warlord, because like last game there was a Troll Warlord, but that troll went straight Morbid Mask and didn't upgrade it at all. So that we're seeing a straight Helm of the Dominator starting out with the Helm of the Iron Will is pretty interesting.
Yep.
And we'll probably see that turn into Helm of the Dominator. We'll probably look around for this guy right here, this Direwolf creep.
Yep.
Looks like the Meepo is about to take out this second stack, and this might be able to let him pass on the other two Dire heroes and become the top of the net worth.
Yep, he's healing himself up here, and I mean it is a pretty huge stack here. So he's gonna go ahead and finish it out here. He is sitting very close now, only 600 gold away from that Aghanim Scepter. We do see the Hand of Midas coming out on the Faceless Void, so he's had a very happy time on this bottom lane.
Yes, he has. That's pretty scary.
Yep, and I mean honestly, not a whole lot that can be done about that. Juggernaut in the meantime does rotate bottom, still sitting on that 1,100 gold. He may look to upgrade his. Oh no, actually, so he's going to go straight for the Morbid Mask. So a little bit of an interesting build here. Look to see that turned into a Mask of Madness, most likely, given the current meta, but. Just looking for a little bit of lane sustainability at this point.
A haste rune on the Shadow Fiend. We'll see if he can pick off a kill on this Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Juggernaut does have the mana for a Blade Fury, and looks like the Shadow Fiend was spotted out, so that's why the Juggernaut went back there.
He was spotted out pretty early here.
Yeah, there's this.
So Meepo just looking to he does he get the stack off there? He does. So nicely done. And so he is going to look to take out that. In the meantime, Juggernaut getting a little bit low here. It does look like he's going to end up going down. No thanks to Steve's help. Nope, they're actually going to keep him alive for now. We do see them coming on the Faceless Void here. He did use Chrono for that. He didn't end up getting the kill. So big cooldown on the sidelines.
Can you see the things I'm writing?
Here. I can see the things you're writing as long as they're directly on the screen. Yep. I don't.
All right.
Yeah, we didn't want to see that. I don't know
what
it was,
it's just. I mean, it's a yes.
Okay, great job.
Thank you.
So they are going to bring down the mid tower here. It will be the first tower down of the game here at about 11 minutes. So a little bit of a late tower, but given the heroes in the game, I probably would have expected that top tower to go down first, but I still expected to go down shortly here.
Yeah, I mean, there is no contestation for this Troll Warlord. So, I mean, with Troll Warlord good at taking towers down, I was expecting this to go down a little bit faster than the mid tower. But, I mean, the Shadow Fiend hits like a truck as well. So it makes sense. So we do see 4 Meepos out. I'm going to guess that he is level 11. Wait, level 11? Is that when he gets to level 2?
Yeah.
I don't play Meepo if you couldn't tell.
He got the extra Meepo from the Aghanim Scepter as well. So
Of course. Yeah, I knew that.
So he is level 11, and he's going to go on the Faceless Void here. Faceless Void, though, able to time walk out of here, and he's going to be no worse to wear. So, I mean, we do see a pretty significant lead here for the Dire side, but, I mean, there's a Meepo on the map, so, I mean, he's getting his farm. He's really not too far behind these 2 core heroes from the Dire side, and if they're able to find the right fight, they could turn this one around. The
thing is, Meepo does not play that well from behind, and yeah, one good Chronosphere could really wreck him.
Absolutely. We do see Yule's coming out onto the Storm Spirit here. It does look like he's going to end up going down. They've got 3 on him. Lion Ult used to bring him down. Juggernaut needs to be careful here. There is a little bit of a whiff on the Ancient Apparition ult, and it does look like they're going to get away with minimal casualties here, but it does bring it to a 5-1 advantage for the Dire side.
Alright, well, lots of pings coming out. It looks like they're about to go in on this Roshan, and I really don't think the Radiant are going to be able to contest this, really.
Yeah, they don't really know that it's happening. I mean, they might be able to assume at this point there's enough heroes off the map, but there's nothing they can do about it, so they're just going to kind of let it happen. I mean, it's done at this point. We do see the Mask of Madness come out onto the Juggernaut, so that's good. But it's going to be an uphill battle from here on out for sure.
Couple of things coming out on the Radiant bottom tier 1. I don't know if they know the Meepos here. If they knew the Meepos here when they pinged that out, though. So looks like they're going to be able to get a kill on it, or they might dive this Meepo here.
Yep, he can poof out, yeah, and he poofs out to his other Meepo, so he's going to get away here. But the Storm not going to be so lucky.
Bash!
A couple of bashes, and he is done for.
What a bash.
A little bit of RNG, and yeah, this Dazzle space created? Question mark? Maybe not so much.
So
he's probably hoping for a couple of creeps there to deny himself too, but not going to find him. He's going to end up going down. In the meantime, Juggernaut going to go ahead and split push top. He does pop that Mask of Madness, and doesn't look like the Dire side wants to defend this one, but
they're just gonna go for a quick trade, tier 1 for tier 1.
And they do have the are they gonna commit the Cardinal Sin? And they do. They had the glyph, they didn't use it. It would have refreshed anyways.
Yep,
that might have been both sides. I didn't see the glyph come out from Radiant either, so maybe they just agreed, you know what, we'll both take a tower.
Had a little deal in the background.
Yep. Alright, so, see a Hand of Midas come out on the Ancient Apparition. So that's
2 Midas is on the Dire side.
Yep.
Pretty greedy, but I don't think they'll be punished for it.
Yeah, it seems a little bit unlikely that they're going to be punished for it at this point. I mean, the Radiant side doing what they can at this point. Papillon's going to go down again. Vengeful Spirit just getting caught out a little bit here. So they really got to start to maybe find some pickoffs, get those smoke ganks. Got to be careful mid. Storm Spirit getting pinged out by the Dire side. Meepo here as well, and it is a 3-on-2 at the moment. And the big Chrono comes out, as well as the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast. They're going to bring down one at least.
Honestly, that went about as well as that could have gone for the Radiant. That was there was no way to get both of them out, but the Meepos were out of that Chronosphere, so they weren't caught in that massive amalgamation of ults.
Yep. So they'll end up getting away on this one, and it, as we, not necessarily huge gains, but we're already looking at, 8,000, 12,000 experience and gold respectively. So definitely an uphill battle, as we mentioned. And they're going to look to take another tower here with Troll all of tier 1 towers down, looking to pick up the tier 2. We do see a little bit of a turn here. The Ancient Apparition ult does hit Dazzle. Dazzle's going to end up going down. They do bring down Vengeful Spirit as well. You have to remember that Troll Warlord is still sitting on this Aegis. The turn tries to come from the Juggernaut. He does bring down the Ancient Apparition. That's one, but in the meantime... Oh, the Meepo coming out. He does get... Oh, and he gets blown up by the Shadow Fiend ult. It was a valiant attempt by the Meepo to bring some down.
It was.
The Faceless Void got very low there, but he is going to end up getting away.
Oh, wow. Early
GG
GG call by Papillion.
Papillon.
Papillon.
Learn your French, Steve.
Is it French?
It is French.
I don't speak French, Charlie.
I'm disappointed in you. I wish you would.
Ich spreche Deutsch, nicht Französisch.
I don't know what you said. I know you said I speak German, but whatever you said after that is a mystery to me. And the train's going by again, so great timing, train.
All right.
I apologize, guys.
Well, I guess it's time to have your little raffle.